How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Schmoedown Central, breaking down the weekly what's in the movie trivia Schmoedown. We, of course, had the singles tournament kickoff this week. Two big matches, two matches that potentially could be tournament finals. By the way, these matches were played out. Great week in the Schmoedown. Can't wait to see how the rest of the tournament plays out. But let's get into what exactly happened on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we had Marc Andreyko taking on Drew McWeeny. McWeeny coming in with the 4-3 record, 2 knockouts, ranked number 10, while Andreyko comes in with the 5-3 record, 1 knockout, and ranked number 4. Round number 1 was a back and forth affair, each competitor going toe to toe, not missing at all, going 1 for 1, back and forth, up until question 7 when they finally missed, and they of course missed on the last question, each competitor going 6 for 8, a very impressive back and forth round number 1, starting things off in a very enjoyable fashion, which led into round number 2 where Marc Andreyko was up first, spinning the category of thriller movies, and he does not disappoint, going 4 for 4, getting a possible 8 out of 8 points, a perfect round, not leaving any points on the table, and really putting the pressure on Drew McWeeny to have a great round for himself, as he led now by a score of 14-6. And for Drew's spin, he spins the category of famous actors and actresses, and also doing well for himself, going 4 for 4 and getting 7 out of 8 possible points, one less possible point than Marc Andreyko. Could be a difference maker in this one if round 3 each of them goes the exact same, getting the same questions correct, but a solid score nonetheless. 4 for 4, 7 out of 8 points, nothing to be ashamed of there, as Marc Andreyko only led by 1 point by a score of 14-13. Round number 3, Drew McWeeny up first, getting the category of classics to start things off, and he gets that first question correct to lead by a point and send it over to Marc Andreyko, who for his first question came in the category of musicals and getting that first question correct to go up again by a point here for Marc Andreyko. McWeeny, his second question, the 3-pointer, coming in the category of action adventure, and he gets that question correct again to send it back over to Marc Andreyko by a score of 18-16, and for Andreyko's 3-pointer came in the category of horror movies. An unfortunate one, they are not able to get that question correct. The strength of Andreyko's coming back to bite him. And then question number 3, the 5-pointer, coming in the category of Tom Cruise movies, and he gets a big pull there, getting that question correct to send it back over to Drew McWeeny to hit his 5-pointer by a score of 21-18. And for Drew's 5-point question, coming in the category of biopics, the Apollo 13 question, guessing the answer as a cold, and Christian Harloff dragging it out a little bit, as we find out that Marc Andreyko will be the winner and winning it by a score of 21-18, moving on in the tournament, and will play the winner of Clark Wolf versus Ben Bateman. With the victory, Marc Andreyko improves to 6-3 with 1 knockout, while Drew McWeeny now falling to 4-4 with 2 knockouts, each competitor having a similar score here, each going 12 for 15 for 80%. The real difference here was the amount of points earned in that third round, of course also the 1-point difference in round number 2. Very close game, and proving why this could have been an actual tournament final. So Marc Andreyko winning this one, moving on in the tournament, will play the winner of Clark Wolf versus Ben Bateman. That should be an exciting one, to say the least. Of course, you could potentially have 2 Shire Wolves, or Fight Club members, I should say, going up against one another. That'll be exciting if that does happen. Or Ben Bateman could ride that hot streak and go up against Andreyko again in a rematch, and we'll see if Andreyko can get that victory this time about again, I should say. But a great match nonetheless. Very close, tight-knit. Again, could have been a tournament final with Andreyko and McWeeny here, but it was not the case. Unfortunate for McWeeny. Hopefully he comes back. Looks a little down his luck there, but I want to see him back next season, because he's one of my favorite competitors to watch, and he just is a monster of movie trivia. And then, of course, at the end, you got to see a little bit behind the scenes there with Thad and Harloff, and kind of how this commissioner battle is going to go down, of course. So that'll be interesting to see. Mike Kalinowski kind of orchestrating that a little bit. Is Harloff working with Kalinowski? That is a big question on my mind. I think he might be. I think he might be one pulling the strings the whole time. That'll be an interesting development if that is revealed, or maybe it won't be revealed. Who exactly knows? But we, of course, at the Spectacular now have Thad Williams taking on Christian Harloff for the commissionership, which, again, will be very exciting and interesting to see if Thad can pull together and get the victory over Harloff. I mean, Harloff, former champion there, so it'll be interesting and tough for him to do so, but, again, interesting to see what exactly goes down there. But let's get into the second match of the week, what happened on Friday. So on Friday, we had Erwin taking on Chance Ellison. Chance Ellison coming in, debuting in the singles tournament, while Erwin comes in with the 3-1 record, 1 knockout, ranked number 8. Round 1 was close early on, but Ethan missing first on question number 3 as Chance took the lead, but Ethan battling back throughout this round, tying it up, and then eventually taking the lead on question number 6, and managed to stay in front for the entirety of the round from that point onward, as Ethan ends up going 6 for 8 while Chance going 5 for 8, both doing quite well, especially Chance in his debut and keeping it close early on. Round number 2, Ethan up first, spins the category of spy movies and does quite well for himself, going 4 for 4, getting a possible 8 out of 8 points, doing what Marc Andreyko did on Tuesday and extending his lead to 9 points midway through round number 2. 4 for 4, 8 out of 8 points, nothing to sneeze at there, and Chance needed to come up big in his round 2. And for Chance's round 2, he spins Spinner's Choice and without hesitation picks Pixar movies, and again goes 4 for 4, gets also 8 out of 8 points. We were in for something special here, getting back within 1 point now by a score of 14 to 13, as Ethan only led now by 1 point. But back-to-back impressive rounds and a very impressive round for the rookie in his debut match, having a perfect round 2. Round number 3, Chance up first. He gets the category of war movies, gets that first question correct to go up by a point. Ethan, his first question coming in the category of Scorsese movies, and had to think on this one a little bit, but managed to get that question correct to send it back over to Chance with the category of Cate Blanchett movies. Question number 2, the 3-pointer, gets that question correct, again to now go up by 2 points, as Ethan, he again got the category of spy movies, and he gets that question correct again to then go up by a point, 19 to 18. Chance Ellison, his 5-pointer, question number 3, coming in the category of Brad Pitt movies, a very difficult question here, and Chance unable to get that question correct as Ethan now wins it by a score of 19 to 18. A very close match, but Ethan moving on in the tournament. So with the victory, Ethan improves to 4-1 with 1 knockout, while Chance now falling to 0-1, a very deceiving 0-1 that is though. Ethan, he went 12 for 14 for 86% for questions he was asked, and Chance going 11 for 15 for 73%. Not a bad debut by any stretch, going up against one of the best in the Move Trivia Schmoedown in Ethan Erwin. Kept it close throughout and managed to get to the point of answering his 5-pointer. Very close match and very impressive debut by Chance, but Ethan, again, moving on in the tournament. So Ethan Erwin moving on and will play the winner of Dan Merle versus Stacey Howard. Who that is, it remains to be seen, but Stacey could have pulled off the upset, or Dan Merle could get his first singles win in quite some time. Regardless of the case, Ethan Erwin a definite threat to win this whole thing, but taking nothing away from Chance Ellison in that loss. Again, a great debut in the singles tournament here. Excited to see what he does next season in the tournament, and that'll be just interesting and exciting to see what goes down there. Then, of course, you see Emma Fyffe there signing something of Brienne to kind of back out of the spectacular, not show up if nothing's done up by Kalinowski. She says that apparently Who's the Boss has signed it, so it doesn't matter about the Shirewolves thing. That's all good. Again, interesting to see though. We didn't actually see Who's the Boss sign it. Could it be a forced signature? Who knows? Just throwing that idea out there. We don't know 100%, but regardless of the fact, Emma Fyffe has signed it. Could it be a play by Dagnino? Who is Brienne? Where does her allegiances lie? Again, I'll be interested to see how that all plays out. Maybe she's telling the truth, maybe she's not. But again, there's a lot of deception and corruption in this league, so anything can happen. But let's get into what's going down next week. So coming up next week on the 27th, we have Clark Wolf taking on Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman, of course, winning that gauntlet and is on a roll and a hot streak. Can he take out Clark Wolf? That'll be exciting to see if he can do so. But Clark Wolf, probably the favorite coming into this thing, has had title shots in the past, so can she again climb her way through this tournament and get that title shot yet again? That'll be exciting to see if she can do that. And if she can do that, she'll of course have 2 matches at the Spectacular, which again will be exciting to see nonetheless there. But a close match, I'm sure it'll be, but I think you gotta bet on Clark Wolf. But again, that hot hand of Ben Bateman could upset everybody. And at the time of this recording, it's not exactly confirmed, but likely that the Friday match will be the other part of the tournament. Dan Merle, Stacey Howard. Again, I think you gotta put your money on Dan Merle, but Stacey Howard, again, has upset people in the past. She carried her team in the live event going up against the Founding Fathers, which included Dan Merle, and if she can do so, kind of put up the same performance, it'll be very close against Merle here. She's upset people in the past, like Ellis, and again, could do so here against Dan Merle, but Dan Merle's hungry this time, so I think you gotta put your money on Dan Merle, but don't count Stacey out at all. As for our play of the week, I could have went with a couple of those perfect round number 2s, but it seemed like everyone was getting it this week, so we're gonna go with Marc Andreyko in round number 3. Getting his 5-pointer correct. It was a crucial point in the game. Had he not got that, he would have lost the match. So big pull by Andreyko to get that victory, because again, that point doesn't happen. He doesn't win the match, and we got Drew McWeeny instead moving on in the tournament. And since we're dealing with the elite here, there's not too many misplays, so we're going to go with round number 1. Chance Ellison getting the anchorman who directed it question, and coming up with the answer of Will Ferrell. Maybe he was thinking of the star, maybe just hadn't thought of Adam McKay, but unfortunate for Chance getting that question incorrect. Not too big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, as a point margin was more than a point, but still a misplay nonetheless, although there wasn't really many misplays at all this week. But our player of the week has to be Ethan Big Time Erwin, improving to 4-1 and going 12 for 14 in the match, 86%. Impressive round, impressive game by him. His round number 2 perfect yet again, not too bad in round number 1, and then of course perfect in round number 3. Very impressive by Ethan Erwin, not having to answer his 5-pointers, so that total could have improved even more, but a big-time performance by big-time Ethan Erwin. So that does it for this episode of Schmoedown Central. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos each week. Let me know all your thoughts in that comment section below. Love hearing that, what your thoughts are for next week, what your play, misplay, player of the week is, and of course predictions, again, just for next week. For matches in the future, what are your spectacular predictions? Who's going to be winning this whole tournament? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at 94BradThomas or at Schmoedown to keep up to date in the world of Schmoedown Central and my world in general. And again, thank you all for watching. Again, subscribe, like, comment, do all the good stuff, and spread the word of Schmoedown Central, because we're only getting bigger and better. And I appreciate all the likes and all that stuff. Really means a lot to me. So thank you all for that, and I'll talk to you all next time on Schmoedown Central.